I'm free to be whatever I... Today is what every super fan or any fan is waiting for. This is the pinnacle. This is the holy grail of Oasis.
It's like we've been waiting for this for so long. It's unbelievable.
That'll be the biggest band then, and I think it'll be the biggest band again now.
Oasis! Yeah, Oasis, yeah.
Hello and welcome to Countdown to the Comeback. Just over, let's have a look, 5 hours to go now until one of the most anticipated gigs of all time. I don't think it's an overstatement to say that.
Absolutely, Tina. Very nice to see you, Tina. Welcome to Cardiff and welcome to Wales. As a Cardiff boy, I am so excited to welcome all these Oasis fans and to Oasis themselves. 10 hours.
10 hours.
So don't go anywhere.
Well, you can eat, you can drink. Charlotte Gallagher will be here for the 10 hours too.
Charlotte.
Hello.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good to
I'm
see
so
you.
excited. Oasis was my first big gig.
Oh, was
So I have so many special memories of that. I'm not seeing them tonight, I'm not seeing them tomorrow, I'm seeing them in Wembley in August. I can't wait. And Cardiff has been so buzzing.
Well, getting the stadium Oasis ready has been shrouded in mystery, but last night Oasis's people sent us some secret behind-the-scenes footage to show us what's been going on behind those rigidly shut doors. And one man who's been overseeing this massive Oasis gig for the last year is the Principality Stadium manager, Mark Williams. I spoke to him earlier today and asked him just how big a deal is this for the stadium and for Wales.
We found out over 12 months ago, actually, that they were forming back up and that we were going to be first on the road. So yeah, really excited. A year's worth of planning to get it right. And of course the promoters and the production and everyone's been in now for about a week setting up and get everything ready for an enormously exciting couple of days.
Do we have any idea if people are coming from the valleys, for example, or coming from over the bridge or coming from Manchester?
We get postcode data on where the tickets are bought from. I think night one and night two are slightly different. Night one, lots of internationals coming over. You know, it is the big night, the reunion night, the first show. Lots of postcodes from all over the UK and quite a lot from the Republic of Ireland actually as well. So we should see a good Irish contingent coming on the first night and the second night. Pretty much all postcodes across the UK.
There is so much in terms of the love that they have for this band, isn't there? Have you seen that and felt that over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone you speak to, you know, it's just the focus of all sort of talk at the moment. What's happening there? You know, are there any tickets available? Unfortunately, they all went very, very quickly, unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
So yeah, a huge amount of hype around it, and I'm just really proud to be the first on the road for this amazing concert. And probably speak to you after night one and see how it all goes.
I am here and the queues are just getting longer and longer outside this stadium. Everyone's in a brilliant mood. They can't wait to go in, and just think how lucky everyone is who actually managed to get a ticket for today. But I've just met someone who only got her ticket last night. Ella, how on earth did you do that?
Well, my brother's going anyway, so I just had a look online last night and managed to get a ticket.
People have been trying to do this for months and they just opened up a few more.
Yeah, I was off work anyway, so I thought just have a look and managed to get a ticket. So very excited, can't wait.
Right, I've also been speaking to quite a few families who are going in. They're people bringing their children. Oh, let's find them. Okay, we can only stay on this side of the line, but I'm going to say hello to you guys. So you're all going in as a family. How are you feeling?
Buzzing, can't wait.
So have you got your sons into the band then?
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be into it without him. Definitely not.
62,000 fans will be here each night seeing Oasis play in Cardiff, right here. And we know from the postcode data that many of them will be coming from abroad. One of those fans is coming all the way from Kenya, and we went to visit him at his home ahead of his journey to Cardiff.
Oasis, Cardiff, 2025. Mad for it! I've not been to the UK before, and this is also going to be my first big rock concert or rock gig that I go to. So for me, being able to be there in a big moment in history, at least for Oasis fans, I think it would be brilliant to be part of that. For me, Oasis represents a spirit and an optimism of the 90s that was very unique for everyone who lived through that time. To write simple music that relay the simple truths of life is very difficult. And I think for me, they do that better than anyone.
Next year, it will be the 35th anniversary of Oasis, and we're not counting the years they were broken up. Now, they formed in 1991, but it took another 4 years for them to really grab the public's attention. In 1994, Paolo Hewitt was a writer for the music newspaper The NME, and he had a life-changing experience after seeing Oasis play live for the first time.
With Noel and Liam, I always look at it like The Godfather. Like Noel's Al Pacino, and he's got that, and Liam's Sonny, you know, he's got that.
Oh yeah, that's what makes Oasis, isn't it?
My name is Paolo Hewitt. I'm a writer, and I got to know Oasis very well back in the 90s and wrote 2 books about them. In '94, they played 2 gigs in London. One at the Kentish Town Forum, one at the London Astoria. I went to both gigs. They stood on the stage like that in a row, and they played this huge music. It was huge, but they never moved. They just like that. They were like a gang. And then I think, oh, I better not look at him, he's going to beat me up. I met Noel briefly. He knew who I was because he was a big Jam fan and he'd read my book on the Jam. And then he called me up one day and he said, why don't you pop round here? Liam was there as well. And then they just started breaking every rule.
It's a bunch of guys from Manchester, they're all Manchester City fans, Oasis.
For example, their first NME interview, you're meant to be selling yourself to the world, and Noel and Liam just argue the whole way through it. Yeah, I'm better than you. No, you're not. Well, it's one for me, then no, it wouldn't. It's because of me. I'm good looking. Yeah, but I've got the songs. You know, I mean, they just, you know, they broke every rule. You know, these couples who bicker the whole time, but they love it. It was that. And it would just be funny, you know.
Did we have an argument about that one? About singing Don't Look Back Now? We didn't have an argument, did we? Yeah, we did. Yeah.
At the time, the tabloids were really interested in, you know, exposing artists. And Oasis just came along and went, we like to sleep with supermodels, we like to get very drunk, and we like to make great records.
Liam Gallagher was next to visit Mum. Was he looking forward to the concerts?
What do you reckon? Have you got any proper questions?
So I went to see him at the Sheffield Arena, right? And we go back to the hotel. Noel leans over to me and he says, a year ago to this day, we were literally in a pub in Yorkshire playing, you know, the proverbial 4 Men and His Dog. And now they're playing in a year from a pub to an arena. All those ambitions and dreams, you know, they're suddenly coming real. If you're doing a film, right, the end of Act 1 is Nebworth.
It's been billed as the biggest rock concert of the 90s. 250,000 Oasis fans, all wanting to get this close to the band.
That was unbelievable. Because the thing I thought about Nebworth was that everybody was there. Mum, Dad, goth, punk, mod, skinhead. Everyone was just fascinated and loved them.
This is why the Ozone has had such a big problem getting into anything today, because then people have pinched all the passes.
Look how many ants got! That's what happens to when you're famous.
Where's the band to take over from Oasis? Where are they? There's no one. Where's the Liam? Since the beginning of pop music, you've had the Devil, Elvis Presley, Jimi Hendrix. After Liam, who next? Who? There's no one, is there? So that urge when you're a kid and you want a band and you want to dress like them and get an identity from them and stick your finger up to the world. Ollie Murs?
You designed all the sleeve artwork for Oasis in the 90s. I mean, wow.
Thank you very much. Yes, it was a pleasure to do it.
And how's it changed now? Because I'm guessing there aren't the budgets available in the same way for doing the kind of thing that you did, because I've read about how, elaborate some of the... I mean, one of the shoots, didn't they have an idea where everybody wanted to be in a different part of the world?
Yeah, that was Be Here Now. We were going to shoot each band member wherever they wanted to be anywhere in the world. And that didn't get scrapped because of budget reasons either. Time. Yeah, exactly. So they would have done it if they had the time. Money was no object.
That's the one with the Rolls Royce in the pool, right? And you raided, and I didn't know this existed, the BBC props warehouse at White City.
Basically, the whole point to that sleeve is it doesn't mean anything, because that's the whole point.
Yeah.
I knew that before we did it, Oasis were just so massive then. That was like the height of Oasis mania, that whatever we did, the press would dissect it and say this means that. So I just took Liam and Noel to it was in White City, the props warehouse there, BBC, and just said pick just random objects, and there was just all kinds of mad, like a big abacus, a huge hourglass. There was even a traffic light at one point that we didn't use in the end.
On August the 29th, 1994, Oasis released Definitely Maybe, at the time the UK's fastest selling debut album. And it marked a supersonic period for the band and their team.
I'm Abby Scott, and I worked for the Oasis management team back in the early and mid 1990s. And the management company did everything that represented the band, from like contracts, money, arranging tours. And my specific role was sort of sending out demos, answering the phone, putting together itineraries, fan mail, and sort of doing stuff for the band directly, like buying them shampoo or ordering Mother's Day gifts for them when they were on tour, things like that. And the office, it was a tiny, tiny little room. I can't explain to you how small it was. It was like your sitting room. Despite the press, the band were really lovely guys, all 5 of them. They had no airs and graces, and they were just like really down to earth. So like if Liam came to the office, he'd say, "Want a cuppa?" and he'd put the kettle on, and Noel would always ask what we were doing, and Bob Bonehead, oh my goodness, Bonehead was so funny. He really should have been a stand-up comedian. They would send us postcards when they went on holiday, and it was they were great. One day the phone rang and someone in the office picked it up, and it was Burt Bacharach, and he wanted to arrange for Noel to guest one of his shows and sing with him. And it was so exciting to get a call from such a legend. But also we got calls that, like, for example, another day we had a phone call, and we were told it was a call from prison, and we were all a bit puzzled. And it turned out to be Ronnie Crane wanting to know if Noel would collaborate with him. We all wanted to send Noel a birthday gift, and we couldn't decide what to send him. And then we remembered that he absolutely loved crisps. So we decided to send him this bouquet, and it was made up of a bottle of Jack Daniels, and all around it were all the flavours of Walker's crisps. And Maggie, who was on tour with them, reported back to us that he loved it. I was really chuffed to hear that the Gallagher boys have made up, but also chuffed for all these new fans out there that are going to hear their amazing music. And sort of on a personal level, I went up in the loft and got down my old Oasis box, and it had things, in it like my first Access All Areas lanyard, and itineraries and tickets from the early gigs. And so I got all that box out, and it had lots of photos in it. It's hard to believe it was so long ago.
Hi guys, I've been looking forward to saying hi to you. I've heard all about you. Just tell us, what's the story behind you being here today, and where have you come from?
Glory. So we've come from, we all come from the Reading area, so we live in Berkshire. Well, we got tickets on the sale last year. We unfortunately, we were meant to have a 4th member here today. There is 4 of us, but Adam, who couldn't make it, unfortunately passed away in February for cancer. So we've designed these T-shirts for him, Adam Conrad Pratt. and he's definitely going to be with us in spirit today. And yeah, we all grew up together, went to school together. We embraced Oasis around, I'd say, 95. Adam, we went to see Oasis in 97 twice with Adam, and it's been our bond ever since.
Bond between us, you know, and Adam here, he'd be absolutely loving this, and we're going to, you know, do him proud today. So yeah, it's just happy memories and nostalgia and good times, yeah.
And when did you last speak to Noel?
Today.
Today, and how are they feeling?
He's just really excited. He's like, you know, he's relaxed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no one cooler than Noel Gallagher. You know what I mean? The only thing he gets excited about really is when Man City win. You might see him jump up and down. But this guy is as cool as a cucumber. Nothing phases him. This is his job. This is his life. This is what he was born to do.
Yeah.
He's born to do this.
Yeah.
And tonight, guys, you're going to see the gig of a lifetime.
Wow.
You're going to see the gig of a lifetime, and I'll be there cheering him on.
You're with the
Singing
band.
all the songs. I'm with the band. I'm not a fan.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
You're with the ultimate rock chick.
I'm with the
So,
band.
give us the inside track, because there's been so much speculation about why they're doing it. Is it for nostalgia reasons?
I think everything that people are coming up with, that's why they're doing it.
Right.
To be together, for the fans, for nostalgia, it's the right time. Britain needs this big push of excitement, and for the teens to realise that we're back and Britain's not over and we're back with a bang.
Oasis's second album, What's the Story, Morning Glory, propelled the band to international fame when it reached number 4 in the US Billboard charts in 1995. However, the album's roots lie here in Wales, as I've been finding out. This is kind of mind-blowing because you've got 2 tape machines here.
You have 2 tape machines, yes.
So Bohemian Rhapsody was recorded on that tape
machine
machine.
over there
And then the one next to it.
is what Oasis recorded. What's the Story, Morning Glory?
Wow.
It's not bad, is it?
That isn't bad at all, Kingsley. That is very, very cool.
This unassuming farm on the outskirts of Monmouth has been the creative cradle for some of the biggest names in music. From Queen's soaring operatics to the early sparks that launched Coldplay into global stardom, Rockfield isn't just a studio, it's a living piece of music history. And in one quiet corner, a simple stone wall still carries the weight of a Britpop anthem.
It's Wonderwall.
This is so cool. This is very special. What happened on top of this wall?
Well, Noel sat on top doing the record on Wonderwall with the microphones and everything, and the birds singing behind.
This is very special for
Well,
Oasis
if you're an Oasis
fans.
fan, you're very special, yes.
Kingsley Ward founded Rockfield Studios with his brother Charles over 60 years ago.
She's Bonnie, named after my favourite singer from Wales ever, Bonnie. Guess who that is? Bonnie Tyler.
He fondly remembers hosting the Gallagher brothers when they stayed at the farm in '95.
They were boys when they were here. What were they like?
Oh, they were a proper rock band. Very loud, by the way.
Did they ever keep you up at night when you were trying to sleep?
Yes, and Anne went down and sorted them out.
What, so Anne's your wife, and what did she say to Oasis? Challenge?
Yes, 4 o'clock in the morning, the studio doors are wide open, so down she goes, like Mrs. Bloody Mop, with a night dress on. I said, what happened? I stood in the doorway, they all went dead quiet.
I'm not surprised.
And they went, oh, what's wrong? And next day they apologised. Not that we worried too much, you know, because they are rock stars, aren't they?
Are you happy as well that they've got back together? When you saw that news, that must have made you smile.
I smiled because I was only hoping they would, to be honest with you.
And are you going to go to see Oasis?
Yes. Noel got me some tickets, very kind of it, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, it's thanks to you that he wrote Wonderwall, I think.
So we had the drums in here. So Alan White was set up here, where we usually put the drum when we did the Stone Roses as well. Rennie was here, they faced down that way so they can see the rest of the band.
Nick Brine was just 18 years old when Oasis were here.
Obviously this is the centrepiece of the room which everybody asks about because it's Don't Look Back in Anger piano.
He helped shape the sound of their album.
So Oasis would have been behind that glass there,
Yeah.
they would have been making What's the Story, Morning Glory.
Yeah.
You would have been here,
Yeah.
working on the desk.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about what that was like, having them in the studio, you're here, that relationship?
We recorded it so fast. I mean, for one of the biggest albums of all time, it's one of the fastest recorded albums that I've ever been involved in.
And when you heard they were getting back together, I mean, you probably had a bit of an inside track anyway. Were you surprised?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I always thought if they got back together, it's still going to be amazing. You know, it's going to be an event that so many people want to see. And it's great. It's fantastic, isn't it? You know, we need more bands like Oasis.
Yeah.
Well, before Oasis take to the stage for the very first time together, Liam and Noel, in 16 years, it's the turn of the support act, Richard Ashcroft, former frontman for The Verve. And he will be joined on stage by ex-bassist Damien Minchella, who popped in to have a little chat with us earlier.
I'm really pleased they've got it together, and particularly for Liam, because that's all he's ever wanted to do is get the band back together.
Had he said that to you over the years? I need this back.
That's all he wanted to do, was to be back on stage with his brother, and it's really nice. It's actually happening now. You know.
I mean, and for you to be part of that as well is incredibly special, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because they must have done like around about 100 gigs the first time round with my old band. So it's just like mates doing mates things. And now playing with Rich Ashcroft, it's the same thing, because everyone like looks back on the Britpop time as with that revisionist thing. It was like, what an incredible time to have been alive. But it was literally our day-to-day existence was, doing a gig with some friends, just happens to be a big gig, and then our other mates, The Verve, they're doing a gig somewhere else. And then obviously history then turns it into what it is today, which is like the biggest UK tour ever.
Over the years when, you know, they were split, did you feel like a sadness about that they weren't together? And that people were missing out on like Oasis music, maybe new songs, the concerts?
These things take forever to organise. I mean, I know a year before this was announced it was happening.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who told you first then?
I'm not going to say because they'd get sacked. But someone in Oasis management and I'm not going to say because they will get sacked.
Okay.
So I knew it ages ago. But obviously, you know, it's sworn to secrecy and whatnot.
Was that hard to keep that secret? Did you even tell like your family, or were you?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, you told your family. Yeah.
And I told my dogs as well, but they just went woof.
Who cared? They were
Yeah,
like,
they were just like, just throw a stick. It's far more exciting.
And have you seen Liam and Noel on stage yet rehearsing? And can you give us any kind of snippets, any kind of insights?
No, I cannot.
You can't.
I cannot, and I will not, unless you pay me. No,
Yeah.
I won't. No. They both look good.
Yeah.
And the last time I saw them separately was playing with Liam in Norway and Noel in Glasgow, and this was years ago. This wasn't on the cards. So actually to see them together after all that time is really nice.
Where did the connection with Oasis start?
Well, with a minute to go, the whole country's like bugging it. I met them in 1993.
Yeah.
I first heard of them about 2 hours after Alan, who I worked with, had fallen out of King Tut's, and he went, "Hey, man, I think we're hit the neck," because we were always bankrupt or scratching along. He said they're the cross between the Beatles, the Stones, and Sex Pistols. I was like, "Alan, it's like 340, mate. Go to bed." Anyway, I met him Thursday, and next week the kid came down with Bonehead, and he just walked in, and that was it. I just went, wow.
Did you know straight away?
Yeah, just walked in like like a caged leopard. I had a quick look around everywhere, and wasn't bothered about the deal we were all talking about. It just, and he got this kind of 18 quid Millets jacket on. I think now he wears like a £5,000 CP company.
But the same swagger.
But he had the swagger and the look, and that was it. And that's why he's the kid. You know, he could turn up in a brown paper bag and still look groovy.
And so what happened after that point?
We signed them.
Right.
They wanted to sign for us, or we wanted them. Yeah, and I think the meeting lasted 15 minutes, and we went to the pub for 3 hours.
Can I do it now? Do you reckon?
I need a ship, none of your sweet lips tonight.
For the end of the first week of the session, your voice is in bad nick. It sounds like
Sounds like you've been singing for 4 weeks on that one.
Yeah, because I was out last night.
Exactly.
That's I was going for a couple of jars tonight and that, and then got up. I've been at 12.
No, but when you go out, you...
1 minute and 30 seconds.
I know. Do you know
Wow.
I'm feeling nervous.
I know. I know.
Really
I just had a little bit of butterflies there.
Exactly. And it's that thing like stage left.
Can you hear
stage
it?
Right.
You can hear it.
Hear the roar.
Together.
Must be amazing in there, you know.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're in the front, I don't know, 50 rows.
One thing which struck me, I did an interview up in Birmingham, BBC, and Lorna, the young receptionist, we gave her some codes to the Lost Tape show, and said, "You come with your friends, here they come."
Can you hear that?
You hear that?
I said, "I'm taking my dad." And the amount of people who've been passed on generationally, that this is their Led Zeppelin, their Beatles, their Stones, and you walk round here, this is they're the new biggest band.
It's amazing you say that, Tim. That's been the theme. Here they come. I mean,
That was the best gig I've ever been to in my life.
We were quite far back, but no matter how far back you are, absolutely amazing. Just that, I don't know, you can't even explain it. Absolutely amazing.
Strange to see Liam and Noel on the same stage, and to be honest, they just smashed it. It was so good.
It was so emotional. I had to record it because I kept feeling going, oh my God, it's happening. They're back together, that's it.
It was amazing. I loved it so much. Supernova! I came all along from Estonia and I felt in love, really. Super fantastic. Mwah.